This is Nanny with Nanny and Levy's cooking show, Cooking for Diabetics. Today we have a special guest, my friend Carolyn Allen. Today Levy is not here. He's
I'm
at
subbing
home in Austin, so Carolyn's here to help. Carolyn, tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, so I'm actually a type 2 diabetic. So I was diagnosed about 10 years ago and wasn't a very good diabetic for quite some time, honestly. And recently, within the last, I would say, year and a half, 2 years, have really discovered that I need to take better care of myself. And a lot of inspiration from you, actually. And so my husband and I, who's also a type 2 diabetic, we went full keto in January of 2020, and we've been doing that ever since. So we've been looking for recipes to, because we like to eat with our eyes, unfortunately.
Oh, we do too.
And we like it to taste good too. So that's kind of what the goals are that we strive for.
Yeah, and that was one of the things that we were having when Ford was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at the age of 65, which is very, very unusual. Then we had to find, because he loves to eat, and loves desserts too, because this is a guy who used to eat a bowl of ice cream every night, like like a pint. and so we've been over the years looking for things to do, and my grandson Levy said, well, let's just do a cooking show. And so anyway, I had been messing with recipes and changing things up that we saw on YouTube and things like that, and we've come up with some different twists on things. We start with a recipe that we have, and then we just make a few changes. So today we are going to cook one of our favorites. It's a brand new thing that we've learned. It's called Keto Egg Bites. And I don't know if you guys remember the sausage and biscuit things that we used to make a long time ago with the cheese and stuff.
Amazing.
Oh my goodness, they were so great, but not so great for you maybe.
No.
So anyway, this is really kind of a twist on that. And so I've already got our meat cooked up. This actually is venison sausage. You can use bacon or regular sausage, but we've been eating some more wild meat like venison and lamb and things like that, and cutting down on the beef a little bit.
Yeah, that's smart.
So anyway, I have quite a bit here. I'm probably not going to use all of this, but this is venison sausage, and this recipe is so great because we use our blender. Yeah, one-step shopping. Here we go. And so I'm just going to put a couple handfuls in. That's going to be enough for us.
Because it chops it up real fine. Yeah.
And I put it on the bottom because it seems to work better.
Okay.
And then I start with my eggs, and I always do mine separate because one time I had a bad egg.
And you don't want to ruin it with your bad egg.
So you don't want to ruin your whole recipe if you got one bad egg. And sometimes I get shells and things.
Yeah.
And,
pick those out.
Especially when the girls are helping me. Sometimes Helena and AJ help me cook. They love to do that too. Yeah. And they're always getting shells and things. So, yeah. So anyway, all you have to do is just dump all this in. And what I have been doing, instead of dumping it all in at once, I dump in the eggs and the meat. Okay. And then I just give it a little pulse. That way it'll break up the meat a little bit better. I mean, I didn't break it up ahead of time. I just cooked it in the pan. So I just pulse it a little bit just to kind of break up that meat so that it's distributed more throughout our ingredients. And then I start next with my cream cheese. This is 2 ounces of cream cheese softened at room temperature. And the eggs were also at room temperature. They kind of tell you to do that these days.
They do.
Anyway,
it makes a difference.
So then I have my cream cheese, and I don't know why, but I just do it like that. And then I put in my other cheese. This is like a 1.25 cups. Whatever kind of cheese you want. This is a mixture of mozzarella and cheddar and I don't know, all sorts of things.
Yeah, I thought
whatever
it was like
you
a
like.
Mexican blend.
Yeah, Mexican blend.
But it's whatever cheese you like.
Whatever you like. Whatever
work.
you like. And this is coconut flour. I think it's like 1/3 cup or something like. I think it's 1/3 cup.
Okay. So
anyway,
just coconut flour on this.
Just coconut flour on this one. Oh wait, we have some baking powder.
Baking
Half a
powder.
teaspoon of baking powder that we're going to
Let's
put
do
in
that.
here. Anyway, coconut flour, I'm finding, makes everything lighter.
Yeah.
And it's not as grainy as using all almond flour. Sometimes I mix almond flour and coconut flour together. But you have to be careful when you use coconut flour because it's going to absorb a lot of your liquid.
Right.
So what we're going to do is blend this together a little bit, and then we're going to let it set for a few minutes before we put it in. And I just hit my pulse, and you see it's just blending right up. You have to have a pretty high-powered blender, but most people do these days.
Yeah.
And so that's it.
Nice.
And so, yeah, it makes it so easy. And this is what it looks like. You see how it's kind of thick?
It's like a batter.
It's like a batter.
Yeah.
And so I usually let it set for a few minutes
Thicken up.
to thicken up. And we make these little mini ones.
Yeah. So they're bites.
So they're bites. And also in my mind, it makes it easier for portion control.
Yeah.
Because if I got too big, they're all big muffins, I'm thinking, well, I can eat 2. Well, if I make the mini ones, I can eat 2 or 3 of those, and it's still not as much as eating 2 great big muffins.
But it feels
But
like
it
more.
feels like more.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's all about how you're thinking about
Mathematics and
things.
psychology.
Because I had more. I had 3 instead of
Yes.
2, but you end up having less. And so we let this set for a few minutes, and while I do that, we use these parchment paper ones
Yeah, that's nice.
because when you cook in these, it just pops right out.
Yeah.
It doesn't stick at all.
Because that's something with keto baking that happens.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't quite take on the consistency of a regular, like, thicker biscuit.
Yeah,
And so you want to have something that lifts out easily or you're going to lose half of it.
right. It'll stick.
Yeah.
And so that works out really well, and also easy to clean up.
Yeah. Just throw that away.
And so what I use is like an ice cream scoop to put it in. And I've sprayed it with some almond spray. Pure, not almond, alcohol. Avocado.
Either one.
Either one. Avocado. And anyway, I spray it and then kind of wipe it. And then that way, when I'm scooping it in, it just comes right out.
Otherwise, you won't be able to use that anymore.
Right. It'll be a big mess, and I'll be having my fingers and whatever. Anyway, but it works really pretty well. And so we've let this set for a few minutes, and see how it thickened up?
Yeah.
It thickens up, and you want that to happen before you start putting it in. And so now we'll just scoop it in, and one scoop,
Look how easy
Makes-
that is.
and see. Hi, we're back.
We're back.
Yeah, and I'm Brenda, known also as Danny,
I'm Carolyn.
also known as Carolyn, or Carolina. I call her
Carolina's
that.
better, yeah.
I call her that sometimes. And so while we're gone, we finished baking the egg bites. Want to try one?
Yes.
We
So what
put
did-
them in the oven.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what did we bake them?
We baked them at 350 for 15 minutes.
Yeah, so easy.
Yeah. Then they're just like nice little bites, and look how the paper just comes right off.
Mm-hmm.
Parchment paper. Oh my gosh, so good. You ready?
I love it.
Yum 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 yum.
Like sausage biscuit,
Yeah.
but it also, like I said last time, it has that kind of almost like a cornbread
Mm-hmm.
flavor to it. It's really good.
But look at the texture. The texture on the inside is very good.
Yeah.
And it's not grainy.
No, not at all. It's very, very fluid. Like, I wouldn't even say that it's very eggy.
No. And it seems like there's more, it feels like there's more flour or something in there than there actually is. You know, but we got the cheese and all that stuff going on. And
But what's nice too is you don't even see like the cheese like
you
in
don't.
it. It's just you can get the flavor of the cheese with the sausage.
Right.
Maybe that's what makes it kind of cornbready.
Maybe so.
Yeah, it's really good.
Anyway.
Yum.
Okay, very good.